June the 2nd, 1990. Today was a great day. Elder Turner and I got up at 6 and did our wash just like normal. I wrote a whole bunch of letters. I wrote to Janice Gibson, another childhood friend from Regina. Dated Richard for quite a while, part of our group. Uh, I hope to hear back from her. After our wash, it was off to the temple. Today was a great session, and maybe I can write something I felt. Uh, I gained a new perspective on spirits. I think all my life I thought of them as ghosts like Casper, white sheets, that kind of thing. But today I realized they are totally invisible, and that's how they are around us so much. Yet we never actually can tell. Like the scriptures and Doctrine and Covenant says, everything is made of matter, but our eyes aren't pure enough to see a lot of things like spirits. But one thing I noticed, especially while I was in the temple, was I see things like they're made of thousands of dots, all put together to make my vision. I felt that this in some way had something to do with the concept of seeing spiritual things. I'm not exactly sure, and I could be way out to lunch. This could even be a sign of my deteriorating eyesight. Probably true. And I could even advise it. But in the temple, I actually felt that if I could just try a little harder and strain my eyes, I could look into and through, or whatever these dots, minuscule as they are, I could see through them. I could behold some spiritual things. It's hard or even impossible to apply this concept to the world, or the MTC at that. In the temple, my mind and heart are focused, and the spirit is incredibly powerful. I also, while I was at the temple, thought a lot about Carmen. I can't wait for the day when I'll be able to take her for her own endowment. It will blow her away, but I know she will have a powerful testimony to the temple work in genealogy, as she's still working on that. Married 28 years. She served in the temple as a temple worker for a number of years, but she still doesn't love the temple, but she loves the temple. She doesn't always love going, but she does love the temple. I tried packing today. In fact, you could say that I am pretty well finished packing, but this could be best described as my first try, because right now I can definitely not fit all my stuff into those small bags. I'll try again on Monday. We have another half P day. Tonight was our district testimony meeting. We didn't actually start it until 8:45 because we watched a video first called Fortress of Faith. It was all about the church in East Germany. It was really good. Then after, we just sat around and bore our testimonies to each other. It was spiritual, to say the least. A bunch of times I thought I was going to break down crying, but I never did. It was the same thing when we watched Together Forever. I just couldn't cry like I felt I wanted to. I didn't really understand why, but I think I might have a solution. When Carmen left, the night Dad and I left Surrey, we spent a while just sitting in her car. We couldn't say a lot to each other. We just sat, talked a little, hugged, kissed, and then I had to go. And then she drove away, and I began to cry. From the pit of my stomach and the depth of my soul, I cried, and it hurt very deeply. During the drive to Salt Lake, I was literally devoid of any emotion, and my stomach was constantly doing 360s. It's taken me a while now to put it behind me, but I start going over a lot of the letters she has written me, or if I start or staring at her picture, or just thinking about that feeling in the pit of my stomach returns. So I try to avoid it. I think my body and soul does not want to cry anymore. I cried very hard that night, and it hurt. I remember this all still, and just something. This is not something I just thought of. I'm not a therapist or psychologist, but it seems to make sense. I love Carmen. more than I can ever describe. It did take me a while to get those feelings back. It's kind of like when Ethan left on his mission. I cried a lot when Ethan left on his mission, and my heart felt like felt empty, felt really empty. Like part of me had been ripped away. I felt like I'd lost my heart. And when Ethan left on his mission, I felt empty, and so I went to the Lord with that feeling. And the Lord told me that I would get a new heart. And I did. I did. In the months that followed, my old heart was gone, and I got a brand new heart. And that was an amazing blessing. So I'm learning about that process on my own mission.